Welcome to LSC. It's your local sports channel. Tonight is high school basketball. We're at Hampton High School where the Crabbers are playing host to the Bethel Bruins. I'm Bob Hintz along with Brent Musgrove, and this is December the 2nd, 2014. Brent has Coach Roy Johnson for the Bethel Bruins. Brent?
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with head coach of the Lady Bruins, Roy Johnson. Coach, congratulations on a great year last year, 20-7. Made it to the Final Four. Big hopes this year. Let me just say this. We know you lost a little bit when some people have gone, but also you've picked up a little bit in the transfer department. You're a little bit smaller, so how about giving these people an idea what you expect from your team and what you have this year?
Well, we're definitely going to be a lot smaller than last year, but we want to play more aggressive. You know, we want our girls to be aggressive defensively. We're going to try to show more pressures this year, different types of pressures, and just get into an up and down game, you know. So it's going to be a different style, but yet similar to what we did last year.
Well, you definitely have a very strong guard backcourt. Let's talk about a couple of your players, if you don't mind. First, let's talk about junior, number 32, Naira Williams. Tell us what she does for your team.
Naira Williams is our leader. You know, she can shoot the ball, she can penetrate. But the best thing that she does is create for others, you know, and we're very proud of what she does. She doesn't just think that she has to dominate shooting the ball, but she does a great job getting everybody involved, which causes us to be more explosive as a team.
Second player, I'll think the world of her too, Kayla James. Tell us how she plays.
Might be the smallest thing on the court, but has the biggest heart, and she can shoot. You know, you can't leave her open. If you leave her open, we feel like it's going in every time. So, you know, yes, she's small, but yes, like I said, she has the biggest heart, and we just look to her for her leadership.
Well, she's tenacious on defense a little bit, too. Let me give you this one last question. Hampton's lost a lot of their scoring, but they do have some size. So tell us what you think of Hampton, and what do you think you have to do tonight to walk away with this victory?
Well, anytime you walk in the gym and you see a couple of six-plus girls, you know we better box out. You know, they're probably going to dominate or try to dominate on the inside, and we just, being short, we just got to do the little things right, like boxing out, you know, making sure that we move her off the block and stop and not foul. You know, we just got to play honest defense and hope that we can keep them contained. And then the other thing is, you know, you hear about a young guard that they have. We just got to make sure that she stays young. So, you know, put pressure on her and see what happens.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you so much for coming over just before the game. Congratulations again on last year, and thanks for all the help this week.
Problem. Thank you.
See you later. All right, guys, back to you, Bob.
All right, thanks, Brent. Appreciate that. Roy Johnson's got some good assistants over there. They've got Sarah Baycoat, Amber Easter, and Fabian Davis. Now, one of the girls that he got transferred in is Alexis Gray. She was the leading scorer at Kickotan last year, moved into the Bethel zone. He got another girl from Kickotan, so he is really looking forward to having a good year this year. He just doesn't have the real big dominant girl inside, and this is something that may hurt him, but, you know, if you play pressure defense and you move them up and down the court, you're ready to go, then you say, hey, we can play with anybody, and that's what they're going to try to do. Now, on the Hampton side, they lost 3 girls that were big inside, average 40 points, scored 40 of his points a game. 2 of them went on to Division I scholarship. So, you know, that's going to be hurting him. But this is Jones' second year. He's looking forward to having a great year with these young ladies. And he says this is his team. This year is his team. And, you know, when you come in and take over a program, you kind of have to get the girls used to what you're doing. Brent has head coach Alan Jones. Let's go over to Brent with the interview.
I don't see a red light. Thanks again, guys. Bob, I'm back here with you. I've got head coach Alan Jones, of course, Hampton Crabbers ladies. Congratulations on a good year last year, 19-7. You lost a lot of power this year, a lot of your scoring. But you got some height this year, Coach. Let's talk a little bit about that. Tell us how you hope to employ that, and is that going to change your style of playing offense and defense?
Absolutely, absolutely. The style of play is going to be entirely different. We're extremely young. We do have the height with Pearson, but the group that's around her is extremely young. So we'll go as far as she takes us.
Well, you talk about being young. You have 7 underclassmen when I'm talking about 5 freshmen and 2 sophomores. Let's talk a little bit about a couple of your players. Let's talk a little bit about number 23 senior center, of course, Dara Pearson. Tell us about her.
Great kid, a coach's kid. She does whatever you ask her to do. She's just going to have to show a lot of patience because she's working with an extremely young group around her. And, you know, I'm encouraging her that as a senior, she just has to take on that leadership role and she has to show patience.
That's going to be the key. I got the chance to watch you in practice the other day, and that was the main thing I saw you stressed. And let's talk about another player, of course, number 4 junior guard, Letitia Smith. Tell us a little bit about Letitia.
Tisha last year didn't have to do any scoring. She was just a role player. She just had to, we put her on whoever the best player from the other team was. We'll continue to do that, but yet at the same time, we're going to be asking her to do more on the offensive end, to do other things to help us.
Let me give you this one last question. You know, Bethel has gotten strong on the guard end of the game this year. Pretty strong out there. Size not too impressive. What do you have to do tonight to make yourself a winner over this team?
We can't go up and down the court with them. If it's a track meet, we're in trouble. We have to be able to handle their full court pressure. We don't handle their full court pressure, we're going to have problems with that as well. And unfortunately, with a young team, they tend to have problems with full court defense, man-to-man defense. They do well with zone because it's not as much pressure. In order to be effective against Bethel, you have to be able to defend their shooters, get back on defense, and handle their press.
Coach, I want to thank you so much, not only for tonight and coming over, but for all week when you let us come over here and bug you to death. Good luck tonight. Thanks, Coach. All right, Rob, back to you.
All right, Brad, appreciate that. Listen, I'll tell you, this is a great venue over here. There's going to be a nice crowd. It's already about half full. We'll expect it to be full by the time the boys play. But let's talk a little bit about our crew. We got Randy Bagoli, Susan Bowers, Wube Gray, and Steve Fryer are on the cameras. Graphics and animation, Matt Buckwalter, and of course I know Matt's daddy from a long time ago. Audio and engineering, Greg Lesko. Krista Campbell is our director tonight, and of course the executive producers, Andy Foley, Brent Musgrove, and myself, Bob Hintz. We've got it. And listen, one thing you're going to see about it is 2 contrasting styles of play tonight. Bethel wants to run up and down the court. They want to get you in a running game, and they want to beat you up and down on transition. Hampton, on the other hand, wants to do half-court traps, 3-quarter traps, try to slow the tempo down, and then get down and work their half-court offense because they got the big girls. And as I said earlier, they lost 2 girls to Division I scholarships. So you know, and I know that this is good. Contrast the styles tonight.
What's going to prove to be interesting, it's a complete going away from what we used to see at Hampton.
Right.
Hampton was the pressing team. They
excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but 6, Coach over at Hampton U, that was his philosophy.
Defense and pressure is what you used to see at the Hampton girls team. But a smart coach does what this coach has done, and that is you got to go with the talents you got before you.
Right.
7 underclassmen, 5
That's
freshmen,
unreal, isn't it?
2 juniors out of 15 players. He lost 40-some points of his scoring from last year's team.
When you lose 40 points, you got to say, okay, who's going to step up? And you hope Pearson does. 6'4", she's a force underneath the basket. That's where Bethel's going to have to learn to box out, keep her off the board.
Well, you can bet. We've been to both of their practices this week and watched what they're doing. I got to come back over yesterday for a few minutes and watch Coach Jones working with his kids on just what you're talking about. Trying to get her, we're talking about Pearson, to take control and be the leader out there on the floor and make the guards look for her every time inside. Running picks and screens is what they're trying to do for her. But the key is what you said. Is somebody else going to step up from the outside for Hampton and make the inside easier for her? There's going to be the secret for this game.
Well, you know, and I was talking to both coaches as you and I did. We got a chance to go over, and they sat down and they talked with us. They were very open about what they were talking about, and they stress the grades. It's amazing that the first thing comes out of their mouth is not basketball. It's what these girls can do in a classroom, so that they can make it to the next level. Whether they play ball or not, it doesn't make any difference. But they want them to be able to get to college if that's what their goal is.
Well, just to give you one more point for you, I got to talk to Coach Johnson again this morning. He just let me know that 5 of his girls are on a roll, 3.5 or better. And he's got a 6th in. When this report card comes out, she will be on it also. So out of his play, that's an awesome thing to talk about. And he was very proud when he called me this morning and said, I got to let you know this. Got to let you know this.
Well, and we love that. We want to see these guys, and we try to express that it's not athletes, they're student athletes. Student comes first. And these coaches that we've talked to, girls and the boys, that's what they're stressing. There's a couple things that we need to talk about, and two of the main rule changes this year. The first one being on a free throw, they used to have to stay in their position until the ball hit the rim. Now, as soon as the ball is released, the 6 guys or gals on the side can break to the basket. The shooter cannot break to the basket, nor can the person at the three-point line. Now, the second thing is touching. And touching, this is okay. This is 2 hands is wrong. 1 hand if you don't impede. If you impede, then they're going to call it. No arm bars. If you're a defensive man, you can't put the arm bar on the back of the post player and try to get him started. And there's Walter Brower. It's always good to see Walter here, and we'll talk about him later on tonight. Maybe we get him come in and sit down. Everything. Thank you, Walter. Appreciate it.
Well, Bob, as you're talking about that, we had the opportunity to go over Tuesday night, I think it was, and watch Coach Brower's team scrimmage for a half when they were implementing those new rules.
Right.
And Coach Brower had them so touchy by the end of the night, nobody was talking to each other. But it's preparing them for what's supposed to happen in the Peninsula District.
Right.
Now tell them what happened when we went over to Bethel.
We went over to Bethel, and it was Lake Taylor got over there, and what they did is they didn't let it go because there were coaches from the other side. They weren't Peninsula District coaches. So we'll talk a little bit about our starters. The starters for the Bethel Bruins are Kayla James, DeAndre Roberts, Alexis Great, Naira Williams, and Devonda Braxton. For the Hampton girls is Infinity Hammonds, Letitia Smith, Amaya Ray, Dara Pearson, and Kristen Perry. Those are your starters for tonight's game. And Brent's going to do double duty tonight. He's going to help me, and there's Mike Dunn, an old ball player from Bethel High School that I got to coach back in the 70s. All right, we're ready to go here.
Well, y'all going to have to excuse me a little bit. I'm trying to get set up there. It's my first game scoring, too, so we'll make it work.
We'll make it happen.
I'm going to keep simple stats tonight.
Simple?
That's been my lifestyle. Ain't no sense changing it up. Now.
We'll do simple. We'll do simple.
Well, the first game of the season, Bob, quite an event.
Hampton wins the jump ball. We saw Pearson, but look at Bethel right away. Man to man, they're going to get on them. But this is a young lady that Coach Jones was talking about. Number 3, hit a outside shot right off the bat.
That's Hammonds.
And that's Infinity Hammonds. And they were at that time going to the basket, and you're going to have to go strong. And that was number 4 for the Bruins that got fouled that time, Roberts. And she's got to go and put pressure on the big gal. And the foul, I don't know who the foul was on. I didn't get it. It may have been on Pearson. Now, this is one thing you and I have talked about, hitting the free throws. Important. Missed the first one. The foul was on number 5 for the Crabbers, and that's Ray. All right, 1-2, 3-1 game. And look at the Hampton, they're breaking the press. Just turn the ball over.
She tried to take it right through the middle. Good steal. Wow, if that's not a foul.
Wow, I would tell you what, they were so excited they threw the ball to Pearson that time. Now Bethel gets the ball because Hampton got the jump ball at the beginning of the game. And Naira Williams, number 32, is bringing up. Eddie Williams is her dad. He's won 13 state championships indoor and outdoor for Bethel High School. Still coaching. And there we got a 3 that time by the Bethel Bruins, number 2,
that's
Kayla
James. That's their shooter right there, buddy. So it's a tie ball. Nope.
And that's what Johnson said. Roy Johnson said that when she shoots it, we expect her to make it. And there was 2 rebounds for number 5 for the Crabbers, and that's Ray, and got the basket.
A little short.
That was short.
Good passing underneath.
Yeah, that was a good job on the steal that time by Williams. And she got fouled. She went strong to the basket. She's been known to pass the ball all the time. That was fouled as number 25, Kirsten Perry, for the Crabbers. And that's...
it was on 4, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was on number 4. You're right. Letitia Smith. The second foul, team foul for the Crabbers, none for the Bruins right now. What a up and down. I like this energy that these girls are showing.
Well,
I can remember when basketball used to be just walk the ball up for the girls, not anymore.
You got to remember how old we are, Bob. We can remember a whole lot of things.
Well, yeah.
Some of it I try not to.
A lot of things I don't remember.
Well, she hit them both.
The Bethel now and picked it up. We got a foul that time. It's going to be on
40, I believe.
You're right, with the hold. First foul on the Bruins, and that's Kelsey Phillips.
Using that height. There's a push underneath there. I think that's going to be the second one on 40 right there, Bob, I believe.
If that's on 40, that's 2.
Yeah, that's 2 right there on her.
And again, 40 is Kelsey Phillips. So I look for Roy Johnson to maybe substitute because it's 6 minutes to go in the first quarter and you got 2 fouls on her. Now Pearson, what a good job. This young lady really impresses me. She's still growing. You see a lot of ladies that get this tall are very awkward. She is not. Dara is just sweetheart. Missed the second one.
Well, I have to say this. She's got a great work ethic. And when she goes to college, she's already got the 6'4". That's number 2 for Bethel.
And that's what his coach was talking about.
That's James.
Kayla James.
2 threes already for her. And there's the pressure. Hampton's breaking it well. Yep,
See, all they want to do is get a hand on it.
Good hustle.
Well, nice hustle that time.
That's by Smith. She just chasing the ball all over the place.
Well, she didn't want her to get the shot off there, so she held him. Bethel's jumped out to a 3-point lead here.
At some point, Hampton's trying to stay in that 2-3 zone. It looks like, Bob, and if
well, that's where they're looking to go. They don't want to run up and down. They want to make Bethel play a half-court offense, and Bethel wants to run up and down the court. And there's just a unforced error.
Oh, that's not. Thank you. That's on number 5 for Bethel.
I thought both girls were going for that ball. That's Alexis Great. She was the number 1 scorer at Kickotan last year. She moved into the Bethel zone, and Roy Johnson did a tap dance. He's got 3 great guards, probably the best guards in the state. Good tandem.
Right up there, I'm going to tell you, and can score. Good pass, good work inside. She's got to learn to make that bucket. I think number 10 got the foul. Yep. Foul on number 10.
And that's Braxton. Devondre Braxton. She's just a sophomore. I'm sorry, she's a junior. And this is where Hampton's got to score because this young lady is going to be, Pearson's going to be on the line a lot.
A little bit better on that second shot.
Yeah, she's 1 of 2 again.
Boy, it's a pleasure to see that ball handling by Bethel. Good steal, good move. A little bit of carrying the ball.
Yeah, that just ball, the dribble got away from him a little bit, but I want to tell you something about what I'm impressed with Hampton. They are big, but they are aggressive in this zone. They are trying to steal. They're putting pressure on the Bruins. Really looks good.
If they're coming out of that zone and playing the passing lanes, Bob.
Yes.
We've talked about that before. You're not going to get an easy pass around. You see they back that passing out a little bit.
We got another foul. It looked like number 3 for the Crabbers. And that's Infinity Hammond. That's her first foul. And that puts Great at the free throw line. What a good ball handler this young lady is.
Oh, we saw her last year where? Ticketan?
And she was the whole the whole enchilada for Ticketan last year.
She handles the ball so well.
Yeah.
That's what's so impressive. She handles it with her head up, looking for the open player.
You got a good stroke, made
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
And right now, the difference in the ball game is
Free throw.
Bethel's made more free throws. She dribbled the ball out of bounds, and that's pressure.
Yep.
All that is pressure put on that time by Williams.
You see how quick Williams gets that ball back up the floor. She's
Yeah.
all the time looking. Now they haven't. There's an inside shot, and of course you can see how it was affected by Pearson. And a good save.
And that was 2 rebounds. That time, number 4, Roberts, got the rebound and foul going back up. Every shot is being contested. When you contest every shot, then you know what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of whistles. We didn't get the officials' names, and that was my...
No, things are moving a little bit fast tonight. There you go. Well, everybody's shooting about 50% or better so far from the free throw line. And you see that pressure coming. Bethel is definitely trying. You can't dribble through it. They're going to take it away from you.
Foul, and number 5 for Hampton,
She can't.
Amaya Ray was mad because they took the ball away, and
That's
I think that foul was because she was upset that she lost the
And
ball.
that's her second foul, and still 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Don't miss. Jump ball.
Jump ball, which will be Hampton possession.
Hampton's got a substitute coming in, trying to get the number.
Number 20. Yes, number 20, that's
Carter.
Monique Carter, yes.
Well, so far, I have to tell you, even though Hampton's down by 5, the outside shooting and the free throws are what gave Bethel the lead. It's the difference. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. 2 threes.
Yep. Good work to get the ball across. Oh, she got hacked.
Yeah,
Good
and
play.
that's what they got to do. Get the ball inside. A nice call that time, a number 10 for the Bruins.
And that was awesome. That's
Got a nice rebound. That's Braxton. What a great job of putting the ball up and using the backboard. And that was
number
20 just come in and got a basket. And that's a 3 that time by Great. Number 5, Alexis Great. And that's one way Hampton's going to have to try to break the press is get the ball inside to Pearson, and they broke it. But nice steal, and just didn't get the roll off the
look at
layup.
Bethel's doing a trap here. A 3-2 backup trap. They're just backing them down the court now.
This has been a long first quarter, it seems like to me.
Don't understand that shot, but you see Bethel out running.
A nice pass. Nice pass. Williams made the pass, but I tell you, it started with number 2.
And that's Pearson going to the line.
Got a chance for a 3-point play. That last Kayla James, great assist.
And I believe, Bob, that's the second one on number 4, I believe.
Well, they've got up there just one, the first one.
Okay. Going to the line for one.
Both teams have 5 fouls. Boy, look at the length she's got with her arms.
Oh, nice little floater.
Nice little floater that time by Williams.
We think too much alike.
Oh, man. Oh, I love it. Naira Williams. And that's a tough shot. A lot of people think it looks easy. Let me tell you, that's not an easy shot. And as a coach, that's foul on number 33 for the Bruins. And that's Barnes. Listen, that kind of a foul you can stay with, because that's hustle foul.
She was playing for the ball, and she just got there a little bit late.
You do not mind that kind of a foul.
No.
What did he call?
He called a foul, I think, on the underneath on the pass. It's hard to see from over there who he's called that on.
Well, that's why I'm glad at Hampton they'll put the number up.
24, okay.
24 for the Bruins, got the foul. And that's Jarvis. He's running a lot of girls in and out.
And that's a 1-and-1, I believe, Bob.
Yeah. It is. That's the 7th team foul for the Bruins. Still have 2:09 to go in the
Ray will go to the line 1-and-1.
First quarter.
These are the ones you talk about all the time that are big, at 1-and-1.
Yeah, you got to get the first. If you don't get the first one, you don't get a chance for the second one.
Strong, but she made it.
Hey, right off the backboard. Oh, she says, I get another one? Honey, if it goes in, you get one. It don't make any difference where it goes.
That's right.
Off of the top of the backboard, it don't make any difference.
If you look at my book, you don't see any diagrams.
That's right. It looked like a swoosh on the book.
And there's another.
Got them both. We got a quick timeout this time by Coach Roy Johnson. You look at the two contrasting styles, and they're both scoring. They're both doing what they want to do. Hampton wants to get the ball into Pearson. They're getting the ball into her. She's getting fouled, and she's making about 50% of her foul shots. Hampton, on the other side, Bethel wants to up and down, a lot of pressure, get some turnovers, get some layups. If you go back inside, we're going to pop the ball out to Kayla.
To Greta.
Kayla James.
Oh,
she's already hit 2 threes.
Great was averaged about 18 points a game last year,
right.
So she hadn't opened up yet.
Right. And she's hit a 3.
She's hit a 3, and she's got 5 points. She's been to the foul line twice as 2 for 2. So it's going to be hard. Hampton's going to have to, if they're getting underneath the basket on offense. The ball's beating Bethel down the court most of the time.
Yeah, and that's because they're trying to overplay, get in the passing lanes, get a turnover, get down and make an easy layup. But just notice right now, Great is bringing the ball up before Williams is bringing the ball up. They got multi-talented girls that can, and there's your another three-point shooter right there. Another steal.
A little late.
But it was a foul.
It was a hustle.
Great was being fouled. Number 3 for the Crabbers, and that is Hammonds.
Hammonds, and that's her.
It's got to be her second one, and it is. It is her second foul.
Yep. Well, we got a minute and something to go in the first quarter, and we've got a couple of players already with 2 fouls. There's that floater again. You see Hampton skying up for the rebound.
And they called traveling that time on the Hampton, but you're right. But Hampton is playing a little man-to-man underneath this.
Yeah, when they come inside, it's almost like a matchup when they break that perimeter of that zone.
Oh, nice. You put it to the Gallus Open, and that was number 24 for the Bruins, and that's Jarvis, Raven Jarvis.
Wow, that was a long shot from off her foot.
She's not the ball handler.
Right.
She's not the ball handler. She should have stopped her dribble, found somebody to get one of her. She got 3 guards out there.
Yeah, get the ball up and go get your position because they're definitely getting the ball to the players.
But this seems like a closer game than an 8-point game.
Well, you see them double it, come from the backside.
And they're going to call a foul? No, they're going to say she
Stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds. And that's a good job Hampton did.
Panic.
Trapping down in the corner because it's like 2 more defenders.
That's right. You get her down in that corner, and everybody took off up court, and then she was.
Whoa, wait, help.
There's no window open in the building. And Hampton's standing around a little bit. And it's going to be big.
And that's a nice shot that time.
That was 2, wasn't it?
I think number 3 got the basket.
But that was a 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a 2. Absolutely. That was Hammond.
Nice drive. Look at that.
And that's what Alexa Great did last year with at Kickatan. She could take the ball to the basket, make people miss, get a nice layup.
She's a smooth ball handler.
Yes.
A girl or a boy that I've seen in a long time. She keeps the ball low, and she's able to make the cuts. You took it in a little bit too deep. Good pass. She had her head up. 24 just wasn't able to handle the pass underneath. But again, the Bethel guards have their heads up and they're always looking.
They're looking for somebody. You just got to catch that ball.
Yeah, it's hard to teach. Let me tell you, it's hard to teach. I've seen a lot of good guards in the boys' teams that don't keep their head up all the time.
That's right. Now, I don't know if they're aware of the time or not.
Evidently not.
End of the first quarter with the Bruins on top of the Crabbers, 25-17. Been a great first quarter. Your thoughts on it, Brent? I know you're trying to add too, but I'm going to talk to you.
It's what we talked about. It's inside, outside, different game. The difference is Bethel's able to play both a little bit better. Hampton's backcourt game is not quite as strong as, we know it's not as strong as Bethel's. And there, to me, lies the difference. Once the ball gets inside, it's 50-50. Hampton is able to get rebounds, start the shots, make shots. But Hampton's relying on offense, is relying on the quick ball down court and get the ball underneath. They're not making a lot of long shots.
Right, they're playing inside first. Bethel penetrates, pops it back out. They'll take the open 3 shot if they've got it. Or if they can break down the defense, they'll go ahead and get the layup.
Well, just to tell you, Bethel made 3 threes in the first quarter.
And 2 of them by one, and 1 by Great.
2 of them by James and 1 by Great.
Yeah.
Just getting these scores together here. My gosh, it came out right, Bob.
You came out right?
Yeah, it's scary. I'm going to have to call my old Hampton High School teacher and tell her it's working so far.
Your Hampton High teacher, the one that taught you math?
Well, she attempted. Well, that one worked too. I'm 2 for 2. We ought to go home now, Bob. I got both quarters right. Well, Bethel get the ball on the inbound starting the second quarter, and they lead right now by 7 points, 8 points, whatever it is. And Hampton's coming out a little bit at the point.
Yeah, they're playing almost, it looks like a 1-2-2 zone.
She's got a break, and she just didn't give the ball up.
Now, you got to give the ball up. You got to stop at the foul line, take the shot, or give it up. Or if you're going to take it in, then you got to shoot the layup.
Take it on, yeah. Look at the change of direction there, Bob. Out of bounds. But did you?
Williams is a little upset. She got the ball back when she was almost out of bounds. Really didn't have any room to maneuver.
Right.
End up as a turnover.
You're absolutely right. The idea was good for the pass, but it was a little bit too late. No room. Well, let's see if Hampton can close the gap. It looks like Bethel is playing a man, but they're not quite as aggressive. They got to watch that inside game. She threw it late. Jump ball.
It'll be Hampton ball.
The key to what you just saw there was Pearson established position. The ball didn't come when she was ready.
Well, and you got to throw the ball where only she can catch it.
Right.
So it's got to be two things. It got to be a good entry pass, and you got to give it to her when she's ready. Absolutely.
Good screen there. Pearson again. And she made a rebound and a shot.
Well, that time, number 4 for the Bruins did a great job of, number 4, Roberts did a great job blocking out, but the ball bounced right in front of her by the basket. She didn't get back and get it. She should have gone for the rebound. But she's doing what the coach told her,
blocking out. Not
block
looking
out.
for the ball.
You can't fault her for that.
No.
Again, watch the players. As soon as that ball leaves the hand, they can break to the basket.
There she is.
Third one for Kayla James. That's just pressure. And that was all the way, nothing but Naira Williams did all of that. She stole it, she put pressure on the dribbler, stole the ball, took it down, and converted. And now they've got a, what's that, 11-point lead?
Yeah, that quick. Yeah.
Well, that was 5 straight points. She had the 3-pointer and then that 2.
What you just called is exactly right. She was able to get Pearson, who should not have been dribbling the ball at 6'4".
Out that far.
Not out that far. One of her guards should have come to her aid, but they were kind of standing. And that allowed the shooter, Williams, to maneuver around, steal the ball, and then she went down court and nobody challenged her.
Right. But as this season goes on, first game of the season, you're going to see these girls get a little smarter. They're going to see some of the film of this game. And the coach is going to say, you see here where we should have had somebody to go out and take the ball from her so we can get Pearson underneath the basket where she can score and we can get fouls on the other team and that sort of thing. So they will get better as the year goes on.
And as you talk about that, we'd like to thank LSC, our local sports channel, for making these films possible.
Oh, absolutely.
The Hampton School Division, LSC. We'd like to thank the whole crew, of course. We'll get to them again. I think you already did it.
Oh, I did it, but let me tell you, Krista Campbell has jumped up. She had no idea she's going to be directing tonight. Did a great job. I really appreciate it. She communicates. That's what we need.
Yep. So here we are. When Bethel will get a chance to get this, but let's talk about why we'll get the chance to say that, of course, T-shirts and player of the game shirts are going to, again, be provided by our buddies.
David Chubb.
And Susan McNamara. Terry McNamara. We're going to have again, players of the games for each team as we go through the year. And
they're putting hands. They're calling that real touch foul, and that was on Williams, I believe. Oh, no, he called her number 5. I'm sorry.
That's her second.
Yeah, that's Alexis Great. You can't put your hands and impede progress.
There's the key. This is going to be a whole new thing for these teams on the peninsula. I don't know about out in the rest of the state. We've been told, yes, but we haven't seen it.
It's supposed to be all over.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. If you affect the flow of the player with pressure from 1 or 2 hands, then you go better than getting your scores right, Bob.
Made them both.
Yeah, it's going to be enjoyable this year watching the guard play of these guards. Oh. It's going to be Bethel's ball. Went off the Hampton player's leg. But it wasn't a kick. They threw it off her knee.
Well, she was trying to throw a nice bounce pass into somebody breaking to the basket, and I couldn't get by the knee.
And how often have we talked over the years about bounce passes? You don't. That is the most unused form of passing
and
in ball.
2 things that we stress: bounce passing and using the glass when you shoot a shot.
Look at the weave that they shoot, setting up the outside shot.
Number 2, the smallest girl on the court, got her hand on the ball.
And she's chasing it out of bounds. She's
and
still
that's
running.
James, Kayla James.
She's a little dynamite, I'm going to tell you what. She don't.
And you use Pearson to break that press, and they're doing a good job of it, but then they throw the ball away.
Tries to throw it all the way across court, and she scores it. Wow.
And she keeps her head up when she shoots the layup. And you'll see guys who miss a layup because they don't keep their head up.
Well, we've had Hampton's made a few mistakes here in the last 30 seconds. You can't throw the ball all the way across court at the foul line.
That's hard to do.
And then just trying to get rid of the ball without somebody being in position to receive it. So Bethel is taking advantage now of their pressure. What'd you say, air ball?
Yeah, it was an air ball. She had an open shot. She wanted him to take it.
That's
If it's
right.
open, take it.
That's exactly. All right, you guys have got to come up court. Good shot.
Nice job that time by number 3 for the Crabbers.
That's Hammond. 32 just hit another tray. It was a tray, wasn't it?
Yeah. No. No, I think it was a 2.
Okay.
That was great.
I thought it was Williams who hit that.
Or it may have been. That time, number 5 for the Crabbers. And that's Ray made that nice inside shot, got the ball, no pressure. And Coach Williams is now real happy. He had the 11-point lead. Should have been more than that. Now it's cut down to 9.
But what he's got to be upset about is the boards. Hampton's getting a lot of offensive boards. Yeah, they got the height, but he talked about it earlier tonight. You got to get a body on the big girls and back them out. And that's not happening right now.
If you get the body, then I don't care how big you are, you keep that big guy off of the big guy or big gal off the board. The only way that they can get the rebound is go over your back.
Either the ball comes to them or they got to go over.
That's right. And right now, the next foul puts Hampton
in the
double bonus, and one more foul puts Bethel in the 1-and-1. Yeah, good shot right there of Raymond over there at Kickitan. And new principal over at Hampton.
Yeah, the young lady there. It's a new principal at Hampton, I think. I haven't met her yet, but I think that's who she is. I'll have to get her name. I've seen her. We've been over here in the gym so much, I just haven't had a chance to meet everybody.
I thought she was one of the players there for a while.
She's young. To us, everybody's young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad you said us.
Yeah. I mean, when you come in the gym to do a game and 3 people offer you to help you get up in the stands, does that tell you something?
Well, it really bothers me when I walked in and said, well, my grandfather played for you. That really gets me.
Good hustle. Good hustle. Something's got to happen. Well, I guess not. I mean, one's laying on the other's back, and I guess it doesn't matter. Good block. There's that floater again, and there's Pearson up there taking that ball away. Good look down court, and she's got.
There's a nice three, looking good. And who got the rebound? Pearson.
She gets it off the defensive board and takes it down.
Got the rebound on defense, goes down, gets the rebound on offense, and scores 2.
That's hustle.
Cuts the lead to 7.
Look at her hustle. Look at her hustle.
And there is speed. There is speed. You can't teach speed.
Oh.
Wow. She may have got the block with the ball on one hand, but I think she got the body with the foot or something. That puts young lady will go shoot 2. Makes the first one is your buddy Ronnie.
David.
That guy used to play bullet for you, didn't he?
Yeah, Ronnie Davis, retired fireman from City of Newport News, one heck of a point guard in his day. His grandson played here, if you remember.
Yep. He graduated a couple years ago.
Yeah, Ronnie Davis
The
was his
same
name.
year that Barber graduated,
Yes,
I believe.
he did. Yep. Yeah. We used to call him Holmes. Oh, nice drive.
Well, Bethel's so worried about Pearson getting the ball, the lane was wide open and she took the ball in. Great job.
Ooh,
Oh,
my. That looked like awful good. Looked awful good.
who they call a foul on?
I think 25.
25.
Yeah. That's her second, I believe.
That's
Yep.
Perry, yeah.
And at the line is, I can't see the number, Bob.
Number 10.
Okay.
Made the first one. She was just at the line just a minute ago. And number 33, I love that hustle that time. She got that ball and had any other idea than to go up for that shot, drew the foul, and that's Barnes, number 33, just a junior for these Bruins.
What's it, 1-1?
Yes.
Well, must not be.
No, she was shooting.
Shooting,
That
okay.
was a two-shot foul. I'm sorry.
Okay. Who was
I
the
just
foul
looked
on?
up
Number
at-
5. Okay, that's her. For Hampton, that's her second.
That
Good
was
call.
good. She got all the ball that
Yep,
time.
good call.
And that was a great job by Kayla James.
And I think that was number 3 driving, wasn't it?
Yeah. But Kayla James got her hand on the ball, caused the jump ball situation. People were looking for a foul, but she had all ball.
Yep. Oh, you see that? You can't teach that. Get the block and then get the ball. Awesome. That's about a 4th block, Bob.
Yeah, at least.
Can't get lazy with the pass.
She did a good job of gathering herself that time, and I'm talking about
That's
Mitchell.
Roberts.
I'm sorry, Roberts.
Oh, there's Pearson again.
Did you get that? She's just developed into an awesome rebounder. Last year, there were 2 other girls that
Helped him.
would help her, but now it's on her, and she's going up to the challenge. And that foul is on number 4, and that put Bethel in the double bonus.
I believe that's her 3rd foul, too.
Is that Smith's 3rd foul?
Make sure.
You're absolutely right.
And that sends 24 to the line. This is her first 3 throws tonight. Bethel's gone a little cold in the second half
Yeah.
from the free throw line.
Yeah.
But Hampton can't do much to close the gap. It was 11, now it's down to 8. But
They got it to 7.
yep.
Well, this place is starting to fill up. Good to see this.
All
Got
right.
her second one. And that was Raven Jarvis. She's one of the seniors on this Bruin team.
Let's see, she's getting trapped and she's letting the ball get there. Look at that breakaway, Bob. What?
She knew the ball was going to get stolen.
She took-
That's what makes Williams a smart player. She sees the whole court.
Yep.
She knew we were going to steal that ball. I can break down and get a chippy, and that's what she got.
And if you've seen what Bethel's doing right now, as soon as the ball crosses court, they jump the second pass. Whatever pass is on the wings, they're jumping it. And it's caused 2 turnovers in the last 2 possessions for Hampton. And Bethel is not afraid to put it up. That's their game. Give it.
Oh, number it had to be on 24.
Yep.
2 shots. And that's exactly what is on Raven. Raven
That's her
Jarvis.
second.
That's her second.
That's her second. Well, I tell you, when she gets her free throws down, because she's missed 5 so far. And I'm trying to be critical of her, but that's don't get a technical.
Fouls on number 25, and that's that touch foul. She put her hands on her and impeded her motion.
And I've got that for 3 for her.
And that's Kristen Perry. She got 3 also.
Got 3 also.
That's 2 girls for the Crabbers who's got 3 each. And Williams is usually a pretty good free throw shooter, so that's who you would want on the line. And they went from a 7 to a 12, possible 13-point lead here.
This is great here on the line now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's great. I was talking, well, she's as good as
But
her and Williams. I get them mixed up. They're both about the same size. They're both very quick.
You jinxed her, Bob.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Look at that.
Nice through. That's
25.
25 for the Crabbers. Perry.
Just took it right away from her.
When you're a foot taller than everybody else, it makes it kind of easy. You see what she did?
Yes, sir.
Broke to the basket, then used her left hand.
And she's back down court to set up defense after the shot. She altered that. And she got a piece of it. No, that was 32.
That was number 32.
She went back court.
Well, you don't have backcourt that quick. Yeah.
No possession.
No possession.
24.
It's a two-pointer. And that's it, 10-point game. Whoa, what a fast and exciting first quarter, Brent.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen any girls basketball in a while, ladies basketball when you come, you just saw a fast, tempoed game. This reminds me of some of the old games when we used to River, see Princess Anne and some of those teams play over there. Bethel put up 45 points and Hampton 35 points in the first half. That's a fast game.
Not only that, but I am so impressed with the athleticism of both teams, the girls on both teams. They can dribble, they can shoot, they can pass, they can play defense, and of course you got one girl can just block the fool out of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got to have at least 6
she
blocks.
Does. She has 6 blocks.
And that's just, you know, what a great first half of play, a first game of the season, 2014-2015 basketball season. Whoa.
Well, we'll come right back in just a minute, folks. Bob, why don't you take us out of here?
Well, you got a second half that'll be as good as the first half, so stay tuned for the second half action here at Hampton High School. Welcome back to Hampton High School Gym, where the score is 45 for the Bruins, 35 for the Crabbers. What a great first half that we had. Brent, you've got some of the statistics. Let's talk about some of the scores.
Well, the scores is what amazed me, is what we talked about before the game. Hampton's got two players in double figures, and that's Hammond with 11. And, of course, Pearson has 14. And the rest of the scores are spread out for 35 points. Biggest thing about Hampton right now is they've got 2 players with 3 fouls, and that's Smith and Perry both have 3 fouls going into the third quarter.
And that could really hurt them, especially to pick up an early 4th foul.
Correct. And they've got to be careful of that, because Hampton is not real deep in experienced guards and players like that. Now we go over to the Bethel side. Bethel put 45 points up on the board in 2 quarters, and they've got one player with 9, and that's James. She's hit 3 trays, and then you've got Roberts with 6. You've got Great with 8, and then you go down. Of course, you get to Nara Williams. She's got 14 points, and the rest of it spread around. So 45 points. But they've got 4 players with 2 fouls. Nobody over the 3-point mark yet.
Right.
So that's going to be big in the rest of the game.
I went out to the outside for just a second, and Brent, you wouldn't believe the line of people trying to get in here. I mean, it was clear back, out past, across the street. What a great game it's going to be. They've still got room for more people to get in. People are going to fill up this gym to see the boys and the rest of this girls' contest. Got a chance to see Michelle Vini. She coached over at Kickingham last year. She's in the stands. This is just a full force. What a great night.
Looks like we're starting out with a technical of some kind.
Sure is.
I'm not sure what it's about.
It could be a matter of, I don't know.
Well, I haven't seen a start to a half of that. Well, it must have been something in the uniform numbers or something. We'll just have to get a clarification on that in a few minutes, Bob.
Yeah.
But
well,
that doesn't hurt Hampton starting out with her making both of the free throws and then getting ball.
You cut the lead, Dave, without the clock running.
And then get possession of the ball.
Yes.
Now, I know that Coach Jones had to talk a little bit about possession, and there's part of it right there. Number 4 was able to just jump in and get a part of the ball.
And that was Roberts. And I tell you what, very tenacious, did a great job of playing defense with her feet, not with her hands.
Yeah.
When she got close, then she put her hand on the ball.
But what she did, she went right down on the floor and wrapped it up. And, I mean, that just surprised the offensive player for Hampton.
Yeah. And the coach is a little upset about that because you got 2 free throws, you got the ball, had a chance to get a 5 points. If there's a 3-pointer in that.
Hampton's playing the passing lanes a little bit now.
Well, what would have happened right then? What would have been a good thing? The bounce pass that we're talking about. Okay, we're coming inside. Hampton looks like they're dropping back into a zone, but they're matching up. And Bethel running their half-court offense. Now, what they'd love to do is run up and down the court without running a half-court offense. But we got a 3-second violation on the Bruins, and we've had 2 turnovers in the first three-quarters of a minute.
I think both teams might have come out a little bit nervous. Bethel has not gotten back into their game flow, but they're playing man-to-man now. And that was a little push from behind.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's a quick foul on number
40
for the Bruins, and that's Kelsey Phillips, one of the seniors.
And that's her 3rd, I think. Yep. Hampton going to oh, that's from downtown right there, buddy. Good box out.
And that was a good job knowing that you can't get the ball. You go out of bounds and we get the ball.
That's right. Good box out.
And that's smart. Smart basketball.
Boy, I see all that popcorn and everything going up down the stands, Bob.
I was talking to Coach Hamilton out there. I call him the popcorn man.
I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing. Number 5, a nice little draw.
That's 3 misses for the Bruins right off the bat.
Well, where they've been hot, look at this pass. That is not what you need to do. When 9 players are down court, it's hard to heave and let one person get it.
Looks like the Bruins are short-arming their shots.
What I like there, I just saw Hammond. She looked at Pearson, who she tried to throw the ball to, and she tapped herself in the chest. Said, my fault. Now that's teamwork right there. That's what you like to see.
Okay, now Bethel's saying, okay, we're going to bring you out, or not.
I don't know what the foul is.
I think the foul was on number 3. Yes, it's going to be a foul. It's going to be 3 free throws.
Wow, that's big right there.
And that's Hammond's, and that's 3 on Hammond. So they got 3 girls with 3 fouls on the Crabbers.
And this young lady can, of course, shoot.
And that's what Coach Roy Johnson was saying. When she shoots, we expect it to go in.
And so far, his prognosis has been very good. Now, he should be my doctor. I could use somebody that accurate. Oh, no. See, I jinxed it. I jinxed it. It's my fault, folks. Tell mom and dad to blame me.
Telegraph the pass.
Yep.
Telegraph the pass. A long pass that's almost a cross-court pass that time. They'll see the film and they'll work on it.
Yeah, Bethel's playing manning up now. They're going to put the pressure on Hampton. Nobody broke to the basket, and nobody's going. Nice.
And give it to the girl furthest from the basket.
Yep.
So nobody could guard her. That's hustle. That is hustle.
Nothing but hustle right there.
I tell you what, Kayla James is, whoa, what a hustler she is.
Well, Hampton's going to have some help down here getting this ball in play. Bethel has decided they're going to put some pressure on her. She's going to try to dribble through two people. There you go. Pass it. Move it down court.
Get it inside. You want Pearson to be inside and out on the wing.
Nice drive. Oh, that ought to be Hampton's ball.
Yeah, it's going to be, but that was a good job. She knew she couldn't get the rebound, so let's knock it out of bounds.
Exactly. If I can't have it, you can't have it.
Well, and not only that, I'm not going to let you have an easy shot at the basket.
Right. But Hampton's using a spread at the line now. Everybody breaks. Well, she's trying to throw it through somebody. You can't do that.
Yeah, she's trying to throw it to Pearson.
But you got to get it up high where she is.
Yeah, she's breaking to the basket.
There you go. Get the ball out of the corner and let's set up. That's what Hampton needs to do.
And Hampton does a good job in their half-court offense. But Bethel is still putting pressure every chance they get.
And look at that double chasing the ball. I guess we're going to start getting some fouls here. Yeah.
I didn't see who that foul was on. One of the Bruins, and that was
on them too.
That was Kayla. That's her second.
They are doubling the ball. And somebody ought to be open underneath there somewhere. You got to take that shot. If you hit it, it makes a big deal. Oh. Way to kick the ball out. And pass. And pass. You see Bethel starting to take.
Yeah, looks like number 4 got the foul for the Crabbers.
And if that's
that's 4. 4 on Smith.
That's 4 on Smith right there. They're going to have to set her down for a few minutes.
And that's what I talked to you about. You hope your girls don't get the quick 4th foul early in the quarter, and only half the quarter's gone. Both these coaches would like to have a little more percentage on the free throws right now. And this is the first game. This is the first time they played full court and that sort of thing. And, it's getting used to it.
They started out the first quarter, Bob, and they were like 80%. Everybody.
And the Bruins got the rebound.
But as Lake can't see.
And Great took that ball right to the basket and drew the foul.
Now see this foul is on. It was on number 5 for Hampton.
And that's 4 for her. Wow.
And
so we got 2 girls with 4 fouls.
For the Crabbers.
For the Crabbers is Ray, and who was the other one? Smith?
Just a second. Yeah, Smith, you're right. He's just trying to throw the ball out through people instead of getting it. There's a 3. A little long.
Got her own rebound, and then was a foul on Pearson for blocking, it looks like.
I don't know if it was Pearson. Yep, I guess it was.
Bethel is getting every loose ball.
Well, if you look there, some players are tired. Number 5 just kind of watched that ball come off the board and didn't break toward it at all.
Yeah.
She got her hands on her knees. That's not what the coach wants to see. Coming out to set up a screen. Oh, that was a...
Yeah, that could have been a foul. You need to bring that ball back down and get it out.
Well, that's what Hampton's got to do. They got to pass it over. And she's just losing the ball.
And I tell you, I like Drake going to the basket. She really looks good going to the basket.
And not only that, I love the way she uses the glass.
And right now, its defense is hurting. Hampton cannot get in their offense. They can't get the ball down the court. And if they're getting beat, they're turning the ball over.
Well, their guards are stopping when they get across half court and continue to dribble, and they get to the corner where they get trapped. That's what happened there again. Yeah, Bethel's taken over with their guard play.
Yeah. Just the pressure is.
Nice pass.
There's a foul going to be on 32, I believe.
That's what I think. And Pearson's giving instructions. Go straight up. Don't keep your hands.
That's Okafor, Numa Okafor, number 32. Just a sophomore. It's the center. She's still growing. Boy, Bethel has really missed a lot of foul shots. That's number 4 shooting the ball for the Bruins, and we're talking Roberts, and they have missed a lot this second half.
She was 4 for 6 in the first half. Right now she's 0 for 3. But I say all of them are cooling off. There it is again.
But you see what's happening? You can break to the basket as soon as that ball is released, and some of the defense is just a little quicker. Bethel just a little quicker getting to the ball and almost gets their hands on it.
But she's not running to the ball.
And I think we're going to
have a foul.
Yeah.
Who was that
the
on?
foul is on number 10. That's the second one for Braxton.
She's just not throwing the ball up high. See, it's going to be on. 10 was right there. I want to see if she picked up her third. Yep, it was 10 again.
Well, that's 2 quick fouls on Braxton.
Good, smart play.
Yep, get the ball in.
Just not, the big players aren't able to. Nice play.
Sometimes Bethel looks just a little out of think.
The 5's just standing there looking. She threw the ball down court and has not worked it. Hasn't got into play yet.
And that's two layups that Bethel has missed right underneath the basket.
Ball number 5 for Hampton.
That's 5 fouls.
That's 5 for her.
Out.
What these girls will take away, Bob, this game is, you just watched it. Players are tired, and they're committing silly fouls now.
Yeah.
And this is when coaching comes into place. And
well,
at some point, you got to call your team in and say, sit down. Let's talk.
Just take a break.
Yep.
You know, get them, call a timeout, let them sit down, let them catch their breath.
Can't see who's shooting, Bob. This official.
Number 10 is shooting for the Bruins. Braxton. And they are missing some fouls. I know Roy Johnson is going to have them run and get tired and shoot foul shots.
Yeah,
because they are evidently tired. But You got to be able to hit them when it counts, and that's at the end of the game or end of the quarter.
Right now, it's not that important with the lead they have, but
well, yeah, but you can put the game away.
That's right.
What
that's
your
right.
coach
Well,
is thinking.
Right now, they're 4 of 9 for the second half. Whoa,
Wow,
nice shot, 25.
20, put some arc on that ball. Beautiful, beautiful shot. And that's Kristen Perry. What a great job.
Now this is where Bethel's strong. If they continue to move that ball, and you see the players flash, and the good players come up top.
And you see what Nyla Williams did that time? Took it right into Pearson. Get the foul on her, and that's what they want to do.
I think he called 2 foul, didn't he? Yeah, he called 2 foul.
Oh, he called, that's 4 on her. Oh, I thought it was on Pearson.
No, he called 2 foul, I think. And that's 4 on Perry.
Wow. You got 2 with 4 and 1 is fouled out. And Hampton is Bethel is having trouble with the foul shots.
Did she just miss that one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, at some point, I mean, I don't. Okay, we've had a few floor changes here.
Yeah.
He's got to. He's got people in foul trouble.
He's got.
And Bethel is putting the press on. There you go. Give it back. And boom. And the girl dribbled the ball off her foot again.
Wow, boy, was that a nice screen or what? Nobody let her know.
Nothing, anything. Get your
Nobody
attention.
said, Kayla, screen. Go boom.
Boy, that's downtown. And nobody underneath at the time.
Not offense.
Oh, Stewart in the middle of the floor. That's a jump ball. Take them all down, folks.
That was a scrum. Ball belongs to the Bruins, I believe. The possession arrow is. Yeah, it is. The possession arrow belongs to the Bruins.
Yep.
Thought we was playing a little bit of rugby there for a minute.
Well, it looks like Hampton's going to try to match up at least up here at the ball anyway. I don't know. We'll try to take Greta out of the game. She's got to pull up. There's
a great entry pass. Great entry pass. Nice pass. Whoa. That number
23.
I tell you, Pearson made that look nice, but let me tell you, that was an awesome entry pass.
Well, just to tell you what Bethel has done this second half, that's her first basket of the second half. They've taken her pretty much out of the game.
So she just now has 16 points. She had 14 the first
She had
half.
the 2 technicals when the game started.
Okay.
The half started. So she now's got 18 points. But what I'm saying is they've kind of got between her and the ball, and Hampton, under the press, has not been able to get the ball to her. Boy, she is having a struggle at the line there.
Oh, what a... Now, that's a silly foul. And that's a 1-and-1, puts them in a 1-and-1.
Who that last foul was on?
That one there was on Pearson. And that's just her second one, but that puts 7 fouls. It's 1-and-1. 8 against the Bruins, and should be 7 up the S bonus.
32 at the line for the Bruins, right?
Yeah. Nyla Williams.
All right, she hit that first one.
Got to get that. If you don't get that one, you don't get the second one. And they should have 7 fouls up there instead of 6, but that's the scoreboard operator.
Well, we're looking at 1:32 left in the third quarter, Bob, and it's a 14-point game. Now make it a 15-point game. she's just having trouble with the ball. Oh.
Let me tell you what, the Bruins are not rebounding, but they're making them alter their shot.
They're scrapping. They're all over them. Was there a foul there or was there a jump ball?
No, a jump ball. The possession now belongs to the Crabbers.
Well, Bob, I'd say in the third quarter, the game's got a little looser. What do you
Well,
think?
got a little raggedy.
Yeah. Yep, she's not aware of what's going on around her.
Yeah. Great did a great job of circling up behind her.
Yep. She's going to have to be a little bit more aware of what's going on.
Both teams are huffing and a puffing.
Yes, they are. Some
Conditioning.
Hands on their knees right there.
You don't know how much conditioning you need till you play the first game and you say, oh my golly, I should have run more sprints.
Well, in the gym, you got to sit down some. At least rest. There it is. Okay, nice inbounds. Right back in the corner. Take it inside. Good move. Oh, she got robbed. It's a great play. Travel. Pressure.
Yeah. She needs to get the ball to one of the guards, but Hampton wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
Did a good job of double teaming her, making her dribble the ball and causing a turnover.
Oh, way short. I think it got blocked a little bit.
Oh, what a big three. What a big three. You get 20 seconds and counting.
I'm not sure they're aware of what's going on. Well, I'll tell you what, Pearson has given them their money's worth,
I
buddy.
don't know how many rebounds that young lady's got, but let me tell you, if she's close to that ball, she's getting the rebound.
Yes, she is.
I'm impressed with what she's doing, and there's some D1 schools are looking at her.
Well, she's got to get those free throws down, I'm telling you.
And she knows it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. And Bethel with 7 seconds brought Kayla James back in. We'll say, let's get down and let's get
off a shot.
At least get a three shot. And if you're Hampton, you don't want to let them bring the ball right down the middle.
They got the shot off.
And you got it to the shooter.
That's right. That's all you can ask. Well, let me just say, Bethel's only put up 14 points in the third quarter. They had 45 at the end of the half. And if you want to take a good look at that, let's talk
35,
about
so we're talking 7 points for the Crabbers?
That's correct. But
Wow.
If you look at Bethel's points, they went to the line 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, up until 13, 14 times in the third quarter and made 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 50%.
Yeah. And that hurt.
And so that's where the bulk of their scoring. But you take a look over at Hampton, guess what? Only 2 people scored for Hampton in the second quarter, in the third quarter. And those 7 points were 5 by Pearson and 2 by Perry. And that's it for Hampton in the third quarter.
And 2 of those points
were from a technical.
At the beginning of the quarter.
Yeah.
We're getting a little crowded in here, my man, but this is what high school basketball is all about.
Well, I have to tell you, we talked about it a minute ago. Both teams are a little tired. I used to say,
I'm tired.
Well, but I used to say, sometimes that's what a timeout's for.
Yeah.
Bring them over to the bench, you know, with 4 minutes or 5 minutes left to go, use one of your timeouts.
Well, I would
mean, you're
like to
down.
know the number of timeouts left.
Well, none have been called in the second half. No timeouts have been called by either team. So plenty of timeouts left. We could rest from now on next week if they just called the timeout. Bethel gets the ball, start the fourth quarter. Hampton down by 17. They've got to come out and try to put a little pressure on the ball.
And they're going to try to keep the ball out of Kayla James's hand, but you know, you take it out of Kayla's hand, then you got Great that can drive and make the pass. She made a move. Whoa! The biggest lead, 19 points.
Yep. Nice little scoop shot. Well, that's from downtown, and she hits it.
Well, that's the way to cut into a lead.
She should have walked. And that was.
She's going to take it on her shoulders right here.
Yep.
I can drive. I can either make the basket, or you're going to put me on the line, and I'm going to make two from the line.
That's
and
on.
Michelle Vini is sitting right here, and she coached Alexis Great last year at Kickingham, so she knows what this young lady can do. What do you want to bet that these three officials walked out here in this court tonight and thought this was going to be a slow-paced game?
That could have been a foul. She could dribble right into two of it and throw it up. That's not what Hampton needs.
And that is not your ball handler. You need to get the ball to your guards. You got three guards out there.
Yeah, Bethel's got too many guards for anybody else to be trying to bring it up the court.
They're going to spread it out.
Yeah, Bethel can take time off the clock now. Hampton's going to have to come out. Nice pass, bounce pass.
Good job of blocking out that time by the number 33, Barnes, for Bethel.
There's Pearson.
That's what I'm talking about. That ball is close. She's going to get it. If I was Bethel, I would make them come out and foul me.
Yeah.
And just take time off the clock because they are obviously tired. They're not making the free throws. That's the fourth foul on the number 24, Raven Jarvis.
Well, Pearson hit a free throw. Well, right now, Pearson has 22 points for the game.
Well, we got to be thinking of our play of the games, too.
Yeah. You just see how she alters the ball just being under there.
That's when a coach should say, get the ball back out. Get the ball back out and set up the offense. Don't be, take time off the clock. Then you're letting Hampton back in 6 minutes to go in the game, and they've cut the lead down to 16.
And who's this at the line? I'll get it.
Number 4 for the
Crabbers. That's
Crabbers.
Smith.
That's Smith.
Well, nobody seemed to be just tired. You can see it in the legs.
Yeah.
That's where the difference is at the free throw line when you get down to that third and fourth quarter ball. It's in the legs.
Your legs are gone, and you need the legs.
Well, we'll take it.
Hey, you don't have, this is not horse. You don't have to call it.
Now, I'm just trying to figure out what happened. You're just doing some substituting.
There's They thought somebody called a timeout.
Maybe they did. Okay, there is a timeout.
Bethel called a timeout. And Johnson was over saying, no, but I think somebody on the team called it.
Well, 6 minutes to go in the game. It's a typical Hampton-Bethel rivalry. You can see the heart in the game from both teams. They're just doing the best they can.
Yep.
As Hampton coach said before the game, he's got a lot of youth, a lot of young. He's got some experience in his height, but handling the ball, there's been too many turnovers by their guards. Of course, that's brought on by Bethel's guards and pressure.
Well, and you're right. It's the pressure. It's going to cause a lot of turnovers, but there's an awful lot of fouls being called. There's 18 fouls been called in this in this second half. 9 against each team. Each team is going to be in a double bonus after this. And Hampton's picking up full court.
They've got to. Well, here it comes.
Wow. They didn't expect that. No. Hampton did not think she was going to take the ball all the way down the court.
And they're doubling her in that corner.
She's trying to throw it off with somebody's foot. Didn't happen. So the Bruins get the ball back on a turnover.
I don't think the coach is going to like what he sees from his players with their head down. You can't be playing out there. You got to get your head up and play hard. Good pass.
That was a great pass. The young lady wasn't ready for. You got to be ready when Williams is having the ball. She'll hit you in the face with that ball if you're not paying attention.
Now I'm surprised. Here comes the jump. There it is. Yep, you can see that developing.
Yeah. Back to an 18-point lead. 5 seconds. Somebody's got to come down to help Hampton bring the ball in.
Yep.
You can't expect Pearson to be down there both ends of the court, although she does. Block a shot, grab the rebound, throw it, go down, and then pass the ball to her, and she scores.
Yeah, right now Bethel's going to bleed the clock a little bit. Of course, they're able to get penetrating and getting to the hoop. They're just running a little weave with 3 of their guards.
And I'm surprised that they're going right at Pearson under the basket.
She's got a little limp going right now. I don't like that.
Got a little giddy up in her step?
Well, yeah, just noticing it for the first time. But, I mean, she's having to do a whole lot. And nobody, come on, guys, somebody's got to be moving. And they're not. They're standing there watching her get double teamed.
Oh, nice pass.
And there's Pearson. She's got it. Here we go again. When are you going to learn about throwing that ball? Got to come out and hustle. You can't get down because you made a mistake. You got to play the game. There you go. He's bringing it up court. She's got.
I'm just surprised that Bethel is taking outside shots and stuff. The coach had told, let's work the ball around. Let's try to get a layup. If you don't get a layup,
bring it up.
Bring it out. Make them foul you. You're going to go on the line for a double bonus. Little strategy there.
Well, with almost 4 minutes to go. Oh, nice block, and now she's going to commit the foul.
Number 10 blocked the shot that time for the Bruins.
Fouls on 25 for
And
Hampton.
that was Braxton. And who's got the foul that time? Number
Braxton.
Perry got the foul.
Oh, he called 25. She's the one who was on him. That's what he did. He called 25.
Yeah, the Perry. 25 for Hampton. That's 5 on her.
What I'm saying.
Oh. You said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's slow getting from here to there.
Well, and I even got my earphones on, and it's still slow.
It's forward to the line. They made her first one. Yeah, she's 1 for 5 in the second half. I mean, you're tired. That's just what it is. Just no criticism. It's just this first game is going to teach both teams a lot.
Yeah, that's the biggest lead of the night, 20 points with 3:50 to go.
And they still got the pressure on it. And they've doubled the ball, and nobody's coming to it. There it is. Perry's had to come. It's going to be 10 seconds in a minute. Got to be at some point. And she lost the ball.
Well, it's just the pressure. Nobody is helping her.
Yeah, she's trying to dribble through 2 and 3 people.
Pearson is the only one that came down to help her.
And I think that's a matter of youth, Bob. I think that the young players just don't realize.
You talked about how much young his team is.
Well,
Well, that's a Smith has got the foul that time. Is that 5 for her?
I think so.
Yep.
He seems to be upset.
But it's showing 4 on
Yeah, 4 got it.
Yep.
And that's her 5th foul.
And you got a minute to substitute, but he's already got her in there. Got the substitute in there. Well, Williams on another one.
Well, right now, 23 points for Williams right now for Bethel.
What hustle, what hustle.
Nice pass.
What hustle. Missed the foul shot, ran it down in the corner, and I'm talking about Williams, and then got it out to a player out here in front who then drove to the basket and picked up a foul on Pearson. That's all hustle.
Yeah, and that's a difference right now. Hampton's walking. Except for Pearson and a few others. I mean, they're just not breaking to the ball.
I tell you, I am so impressed with what she's done tonight. And if we're talking player of the game, she's got my vote for Hampton. Although there's other girls that's done a great job, and you've got the stats there, but
well, it's not just stats. She's been at both ends of the floor.
Yeah. Blocking shots, getting rebounds, putting shots back up, shooting free throws.
Helping getting the ball across court. Three just getting upset and taking herself out of the game now.
Well, what's happening is Bethel is making them go up the side, and they're stepping out of bounds and ball.
As soon as they cross half court, they're jumping them with 2 players. And they're in a box. And that's smart playing. You don't need to take a shot now. That was a walk.
That should have been a walk.
Yeah. There's Pearson again. Well, that's what I like, man. Selfishness. And she went straight at the hoop.
And she should have passed it off to the girl to the right.
Yep.
Going in for a nice right-handed layup. You got to look for the best and easiest shot.
Well, that on 11 for Hampton.
That's her first foul.
Yep.
And that's Jones, just a freshman. And he has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freshmen.
Yeah.
2 sophomores.
Yeah.
And only 3 seniors.
It bodes well, except for the fact that the biggest senior he's going to lose this year.
It's going to be Pearson.
It's going to be Pearson. That's right.
Yeah. That's a big part. 70% of his offense, probably.
And rebound comes right back to her. Rebounded it again and brought it up. Nice pass. Underneath to 42.
And Holloman, McKinney Holloman.
But that was smart. She got 2 rebounds on that series. Going to have a little push in the back on 42, I believe.
Yeah.
That should put her to the line for 2.
Let's go double bonus. That's that arm bar. You can't do that arm bar. Used to be able to last year. Used to do a lot of things last year.
Let's put Pearsons to the line for 2 more. Just having trouble at the line, and I think she's tired.
I got to be tired. She's been up and down the court. She's helped bring the ball in bounds. She's guarded people. She's done everything. You can't ask her to do any more.
No, I'm surprised she's able to stand up right there. She got that second.
Got the nice roll that bounced that time.
2:25 to go. Ball, game well in hand for Bethel.
You got to give the ball up. You're double teamed.
They got to a triple team there for a second.
Yeah. That's number 21.
Now let's see what Bethel does.
That's Cobb.
Bethel, I
He's just a
think
junior.
they're going to drop back into a zone, I think, and let this game play out. What it looks like anyway. They've taken the pressure off. They're going to wait till it gets down. She had a shot, and she got a rebound. Got to look up. Got to look. Take it. Why not? Why not?
Love it. Love it. You big player hitting a three. A trifecta.
Why not? He's done everything else. The timeout for Bethel, just to give you a little update. Pearson had 14 in the first half, and in this half she's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 again. So she's got 28 of the 52 points for Hampton right now.
Okay, that's my player of the game
There's
for
no
Hampton.
doubt about it.
What about Bethel?
Yeah, let's take a look where we are. We're 1 minute and 37 to go.
And there's 3 girls on Bethel that I like. So
No, there's more than that. There's 4. You got Williams with 23 points. You got Braxton with 7. I will go back from there. Great. She had 8 in the first half, and she's got 13, 14, 16. And you got 10. You got so many people in double figures for Bethel. You got 11 for James, 10 points for Roberts. I think I think we got to go right here with Williams right now. But Great's real close if you're just talking about points. He's got 16.
But what I like about the Bethel girls is they've got 3 guards. And they can do a lot of things with 3 guards. Well, you can't do that if you don't have 3 guards.
There's Great right there.
No,
that's James.
That's James. 25-point lead.
You're going to get in trouble right there. You take that ball down in the corner, you're going to get in trouble. That's from downtown.
Oh, great job by Infinity Hammonds. Love that name, Infinity.
Well, now you got to go with her. She's got 5. Got 11, 14. She's got 17 points.
Yeah, she would definitely be in consideration.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
But that's on offense. There's no way you can get away from Pearson the way she's played both ends of the court.
Well, she's blocked shots. She's rebounded. She's made shots. She's hit three-pointers. She's hit some foul shots.
Been a big assist in just getting the ball across half court.
That's what I said. She comes up and helps get the ball in at the second half, in the half court.
With 1:12 to go, right now we're favoring Bethel is just so balanced. You could go any way. And see, they needed a both jumper right there, and they didn't do that.
Yeah.
He's going to call 5 seconds. Nope. That was a quick 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was awful fast.
That was a quick 5 seconds.
Oh, real fast. Bethel's got all reserves in there. Desiree Whitney. McKenna Holloman. Letitia Cobb.
Can't throw it.
Desiree Mitchell. I'm sorry, Destiny Mitchell.
Still right through her hands.
I'm missing somebody. Raven Jarvis. They're the 5 in for the Bruins. This is all wrapped up. A nice victory by the Bruins, and they will not play the Crabbers against this year because the Crabbers are in Division 5 and Bethel's in 6.
Well, we're talking about player of the game, 7.2 seconds ago. I think you've hit it right on here. Of course, we're going to go with Pearson of the Hampton Crabbers.
Absolutely.
And she ended up with, let me just tell you, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 8 points for the game. And we had 6 block shots in the first half, so I can't give you
I don't know how
total.
many she had in the second half.
And the assist to go along with it. And for the Bethel girls, we're going to go with Naira Williams, who ended up with 23 points.
Again, I want to thank our crew, Randy Bagoli, Susan Bowers, Wube Gabre, Stephen Fryer on cameras, graphic and animation, Matt Buckwalder, Greg Gillespie is doing audio and is the chief engineer, and Krista Campbell is Krista Campbell is our director. Randy Foley is our executive producer. Brent, this has been a great game to start off the year with. Your last thoughts before we wrap it up.
Well, I feel pretty good about how we did all week scouting out because it turned out like we thought. The strong power guards for Bethel took over the game, and the youth for the Hampton Crabbers was not quite able to come up yet. They're going to develop, going to get better.
All right, the final score was 77-55 in favor of the Bruins. I want to thank you tuning in to LFC, and I want to thank all the crew, and of course, Brent Musgrove, I'm Bob Hintz. Good night, everybody.